Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and we are back for some more league racing content here. We are back for Rapid Race League for round number 7 of the championship. We are here for the Singapore Grand Prix. Welcome back. Obviously we missed last week's race at Abu Dhabi. Was actually out and about, out of town, so was not able to race in that one. So kind of not ideal, but at the same time we've already missed, I think, a good amount of races already this season. So kind of already in the mud, I guess you could say, at this point. But it is time for the Singapore Grand Prix track, where I'm pretty familiar at. Hopefully we can kind of get some sort of momentum going, and just to see what happens. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This video was very fun to make, and I will see you guys at the end. Enjoy the video. So here are the standings, obviously, for the last race at Abu Dhabi. Obviously, we did miss that race. Now we drop down to P6 in the driver standings. We fall, I believe, down by 3 behind the Alpine and ahead of the McLaren as well. So definitely some movement going around, and still slotting in P3, but that fight in the constructors is going to be very close. So hopefully we can secure P3. It's going to be a stretch, but we will see what happens, I guess, later on. But here we are. It is time for qualifying here in Singapore, a track where I have a love-hate relationship for. Obviously, last season we had the big bottle in the driver's title. We had a shot to win the driver's title, but clearly that was not going to happen, and we proceeded to bottle it. So try not to do that again this time. Here we go for our first flying lap here, already missing the apex. Definitely was struggling a little bit in some practice sessions I was doing, and just trying to understand this setup. I only did about 2 qualifying laps, and I did about 5 laps on time trials, so this is a brand new setup, and oh, there goes the wall already. And well, that's already hit a wall. Now we got to try to back out and get out of the way, because there's a Ferrari coming that is on a flying lap, so we're going to reverse all the way out, let this Ferrari go, and already making a mistake. Or more, that bridge, the Artisan Bridge, is not my favorite part, and that's kind of where all the mistakes are gonna start happening. So I already got that out of the way. Let's try to go for another one. Actually, see if we can try to improve on this lap time if we can. Go down to number 1. We miss the apex just again, and a little bit of a better rotation through turn number 3 as we now flat to the floor. Now a very tricky couple of sequences right here, and more about just trying to be on the limit, trying to remember the braking zones, and just trying to get the car flowed in very well. That is ultimately the whole goal. And the back end is just sliding out a little bit on this lap. Tires are really starting to overheat at this point of the qualifying lap, so it's going to be very tricky. There we go. I've already hit the wall again, and yeah, already making some mistakes already on this lap, and this is just going to be a good banker lap here. So we're going to go P3 on that lap. So it's a 128.6, I believe, or yeah, it's 128.6. So lost a little bit of time. It's not ideal, but we'll have to try again. Here we go for our final flying lap here. Try to see if we can get this car somewhere near the, maybe P2 would be awesome, because I don't think a pole position is going to matter anyways. But here we go. We actually hit the apex really well this time around. Get the car rotated in, second into third, and now up to turn number 4 we go. So far pretty good and stable. Very tricky corner right here. You can easily hit the wall and lose about a tenth, but we sort of get on the limit just about 2 centimeters. I think we were close to hitting that wall there, as now very long straight, and now approaching this sequence, which is really going to start, you're really going to start feeling the tires to start overheating through here. Get it rotated very well, already up by 2 tenths into another tricky slow corner as we get the car through there. Now down into medium speed here. Sort of felt a lot better. There wasn't really much of a slide, but we actually lost some time, so maybe the sliding was helping a little bit. And now down into the George Russell moment, as we actually did what George Russell did. We actually hit the wall there, so not ideal. We keep on going though. You can definitely take a lot more of that inside curb. I just did not, because I was really just trying to keep this lap safe, and so far it's been pretty safe. We're up by about 2 tenths now, so we're finding a little bit more time. Obviously we need to find roughly about, I want to say, maybe about 3 to 4 tenths, I think, to get somewhere maybe up into P2, as we're up by 3.5 tenths now at this point. Through the lap, felt really good so far. 2 green sectors, personal best, and now approaching the last corner. We can easily find about 2 tenths here. Like I said, we made that mistake there. Get the car rotated well, get the car on the power, very good actually on the power. And we're coming across the line. It's going to be a 7/10 improvement, around 6 tenths. That's going to put us P2. So that was a very good lap, and that's going to secure a P2. So yeah, I'll take that lap. Thank you very much. Not terrible. Thought it was going to be better than that, but oh well. That back end was still coming out a little bit. It was not ideal. Oh, it was not ideal with the fucking back end. It was just, oh my god. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So, we'll go right about there. Okay. I'll do some math here. 19. Mediums, 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 mediums. Well, strategy secured, 31 laps at Singapore, no rain, so that's going to make me very happy, and we are underway for race number 7 of the championship. We actually get a great start so far. I thought we were going to be Joseph, but Joseph goes around the outside and makes that pretty, well, honestly, just did a really good job just to kind of secure P1 so far off the start. And now the question is, can we really stay with them? That is the main goal that everyone wants to ask, and right now we're already dropped by about half a second, so at that moment, I don't think it's going to happen, but we keep on pushing as Docta and Reimer, both the Alpines behind as well. They're going to be definitely a problem, I think, in today's race because they're obviously those two are going to work together. So it's obviously one McLaren and 2 Alpines in the top 5. So it's obviously McLaren and Alpine are kind of in that constructors fight. I think Alpine will probably more likely win it because their drivers show up more than the McLaren drivers, just saying. But Dunrod, I believe Dunrod has already broken a second, so he is already gone. So now at this point, it's just going to try to just defend from the Alpines if we can. And also we got the Williams of Enzon. You can see the car just steps out once again through that sequence of corners. And yeah, like I said, the back end has not been very great. Honestly, I hate it. It just does not stick or plant anywhere, so it's not too great of a feeling at the moment right now, but yeah, just trying to really survive at this point through the opening sequence of laps. We've already lost 2 seconds already to Joseph, so now at this point it's just trying to see what we can manage now at this point. And here comes one of the Alpines of Docta. He's easily going to have a good opportunity here to make a pass here, and he's going to go down the inside, and we'll just let him have it. We're not really going to defend this. There's no point. You can just see the car steps out again. Rear locking there, not ideal whatsoever in this car. And yeah, now the question is, does he have the pace to catch Joseph? That is ultimately the goal. But at this point, I'm just counting P2 as a win at this point through the season. So I'm going to call this the battle for the win at the moment. But yeah, I'm kind of in an Alpine sandwich at the moment. I got an Alpine in front, I got an Alpine behind, and then we got the Williams of Endzone, who will most likely be a threat. And one of the yeah, that was Docta. He's just sliding everywhere as well. So a lot of people are sliding in this opening sequence of laps already to begin with. I'm not sure what the tire pressures everybody was running. I would think mine were a little bit lower. They weren't up to the max like you were in last year's game, but we're going to make a pass here on Docta. We got the DRS. Probably not the best place to make an overtake, but why not just send it at this point? I mean, we're not going to catch the McLaren as Docta goes back down on the inside. He's actually going to fight through here as he goes off track, but he makes it stick. And now we have an Alpine of Reimer behind. Now we're in the Alpine sandwiches. We're kind of just stuck. I mean, we're tucked in behind, and I'm going to have to give that up because I'm not really going to fight Reimer through this part of the section. So we go from 2nd to 4th in the span of about 15 seconds. So not ideal, but we were in that Alpine sandwich. Had to back off somehow, and we'll just try to carry on, see what happens. And yeah, just honestly just focus forward at this point through the race. Now the question is, as I keep on saying that, probably should stop saying that, but Endzone, who is behind, he's actually lost out a little bit to DRS, so it's probably not ideal, and I think he's actually just crashed, as I was just going to talk to him. He's out, so there's a Williams stranded on the racetrack, but no safety car surprisingly, so kind of surprised by that. I thought there would have been a safety car, but no, clearly not. So well, we keep on carrying through and see what happens. But yeah, ABJ P5 so far, and then we got teammate Ben in P6, sort of just kind of hanging with the McLaren as well. And now we got the 2 Alpines fighting. Reimer goes off track, and then we miss our brake zone, and then we go off track. Docta stays on track, and these two are going to fight right through here. Good racing between both the Alpines. Reimer gets right back through Docta, and he carries on for the rest of his afternoon. And we just kind of slot through, and yeah, we're at this point we're just stuck in a DRS train because when you're the third car back, I mean, it is, to be fair, the slipstream deficit is god awful in this year's game, but at the same time, you know, it's when you're the third car back in a DRS train, it's the worst feeling in the world. So going to see some movement here in the pits. Actually, there goes Docta. He's going to come into the pits now early, and we're going to stay out an extra lap. So he's going to possibly get the undercut, I think, on Reimer, and I think it might honestly work for him because obviously we're all going to be struggling. It just depends on where he comes out in traffic. I think he's actually came out in clean air, so ultimately he's actually going to be in a really good position so far through this point. But yeah, a couple people actually have already kind of pitted earlier on, and actually there is a retired car. XPG Flame is actually retired, and that actually can give us a safety car. So one of the Alpines has been shafted. That's actually Docta that's been shafted. So yeah, that's not going to be too great for him. And Reimer almost bins it into the pits.
He almost just binned it. Oh, Reimer.
Starting to laugh. I really didn't know what to think about that moment, but yeah, he almost binned it on lap 13 coming into the box. But we're going to come in, get 4 fresh tires, go to the hard tire compound, and we will go to the end of the race on this. Obviously, if there is another safety car, it might be ideal to pit. Roughly depends, and see what happens. But yeah, so coming out of the pit exit now, and we are just going to fast forward to the safety car restart because ain't nobody trying to see somebody sit behind the safety car for 3 laps. So here we go, lap 16. ABJ P4, Docta P5. So Docta actually hasn't lost out too much. He probably would have came P2 out of this sequence. He probably would have been P4. So he's actually hasn't lost too much. So he's just got to try to get around the McLaren if he can. But yeah, now there's 2 McLarens, 2 Alpines, 1 V-Carb in the top 5. So yeah, top 5 is going to get very intense here. As there goes Joseph. Great restart for Joseph, and Reimer follows through, and we get a pretty decent launch as well. And now at this point, it's just trying to survive these restarts. Tires are not too great, very cold. Obviously hard tires, it just, I mean, to be fair, it is a night race. Tires are going to be cold on a safety car restart, but I've been noticing that I do really struggle quite a bit during safety car restart, so just trying to get the hards in back to a good window to keep carrying on through. That is ultimately the main goal. But there goes, I think ABJ is just kind of, I think he got close there, but he didn't really make a move. So we kind of survived at this point so far at the start. But Reimer, I think he's also just trying to see if he could stay with Joseph, but I think it's just too tough to stay with him so far, and he's actually lost out. Joseph's broken 3 seconds already, so he's had a great great launch. And just great restart from him in general. And well, my master P4 at the moment, Docta as well sent P5, so it's just one big DRS train behind. So there's really going to not be much overtaking at this point through the race so far, unless someone makes a mistake in that pack. Docta gets a 3-second time penalty, too many track limits warnings, I believe, for one of the Alpines. But got DRS on Reimer, but you can just see the deficit. You got to be about 3/10 back to really make a move. I think we're about 7/10 back that lap. So we gained about 3/10 burning battery and overtake. So it did not work whatsoever. You can definitely see overtaking is very, very, very tough. I will just say that right now. It is not easy, and I absolutely hate it. But we keep going through. And lap 23, still, I think Spicy's now sitting P5. So one of the Ferraris has jumped up. I've actually had a Docta, so I don't know if Docta's made a mistake or he's just gone off or he got hit. I'm not sure what happened to one of the Alpines, but and actually speaking of another mistake, one of the McLarens has had a mistake because ABJ has lost out 2.8 seconds, and there's no way he lost out just from straight up racing. I think he made a mistake somewhere. But speaking of terrible issues, Joseph is disconnected, so it's going to be a battle for the win at this point, unless Joseph gets back in pretty quickly. And I think he actually, yeah, there he is. So he's back in the race now. Not sure what really happened. It might have just been a little disconnect on his side. So he was struggling just to get into the lobby, I think, before this race. So it's going to be, he's kind of gotten shafted a little bit by the game, and now the question is, can he get back up into P1 with these two fighting it out? So the two best friends going at it for the race win at the moment. Me and Reimer have a good relationship outside of the game, but I'm going to try to go around the outside here of Reimer's. We try to sneak our nose around there if we can. Lose it back in a little bit, hit the side of Reimer's side pod. You can definitely tell by my reaction. Was not my intention whatsoever And sort of been a theme as well. Just sometimes trying to make a move on the outside of the racetrack did not work, and I lost the back end. Speaking of a retirement, squirrels out, and that brings out a safety car.
Brother.
So safety car has been engaged. Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody's gonna pit. I'm thinking about staying out, but I'm gonna set the soft tire, I think, just in case, because if Reimer pits, then I will come into the pits as well. But looks like yeah, I think Reimer's staying out, so everybody's staying out.
Oh, fuck it. Screw it, stay out. It's 3 lap shootout anyways. Yeah, the odds of that happening is very slim right now, though. The guy that's behind me is gonna be flying, and you got Ben on softs.
Yeah, Joseph is definitely going to be flying, but a couple people have pitted. Ben is pitted for soft, so teammate's going to go aggressive, and I'm going to see if that works. But I'm rooting for Ben at this point, just to see what he can do so far. But back under the way for the restart. Everyone else behind on hard tires that are pretty worn, and we have a fresh soft tire for Ben. So everybody else behind has pitted for a fresh set. So 9 drivers remaining left in this race. Obviously, the grid wasn't too big tonight, which was not ideal, but still 9 drivers can easily make up a pretty crazy deficit. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens, but it's gonna get pretty intense here these last 2 laps. 2-lap shootout, always a fun little shootout. But Joseph, he is definitely right on our ass at the moment, because he's definitely trying to get by as quick as he can. He's gonna possibly sneak his nose down the inside if he does make it. And he thought about it. You can definitely see the proximity arrow. It's kind of pointing right there. He thought about it, but he was just too far back, I think. But he's going to have a go at it next lap. But yeah, we're under serious threat from behind from Joseph. Speaking of that, Ben has moved up into P5 now, and actually next goes to Bard. Last lap now of this race. Still all over the back of Joseph, all over the back of us this moment. But we're about half a second back to Reimer. We have to try to see if we can get close if we can to the Alpine. He's got cleaner, I got dirtier, so it's going to be pretty tough to really make some sort of a pass. But yeah, just see the back end just comes out quite a bit. And I believe ABJ, yeah, he's all over the back of Joseph as well, so we might get pounced by both the McLarens. Obviously ABJ's got a 10-second time penalty coming his way, so I'm not sure what happened there. But Joseph, he's putting us under threat. We break late, just trying to see if we can get close to Reimer. No, we do not. And thought about it, and actually here comes Joseph down the inside. We're going to give him space here on the inside, and Joseph is actually might make this move stick. We're still side by side between the sequences of corners, but Joseph's got the more preferred line than I do, and still staying hit. I'm going to have to back out. I'm going to have to let this McLaren through, and actually letting him through is the best idea, because I actually messed up my line, and now my line was a little bit compromised through this point of the track. ABJ is now all over the back of us, and actually ABJ has just crashed behind, so we have some crashes, and I think one of the Ferraris has moved up into P5, so there's some carnage back there as well. I believe one of the other Alpines as well of Doctor, I think also he got into an accident. So last 2 laps have been pretty carnage, but Joseph, he's all over the back of Reimer, so Joseph might pull off a pretty crazy comeback. But Reimer's defending with all the battery that he's got, and actually he thinks he goes for it, and I think he thought he was going to go for it, but he does not, and he's going to get this race win if he can. But Bard all over the back of us now at this point. Bard's might have a shot. We kind of cut him off just a little bit. So we almost
holy shit,
crashed into each other, and well, Bard's going to secure a P4, and we secure a P3. So that's pretty crazy if you think about that at the moment so far. But there is your race results. See, we slot into P3. Joseph gets a P2. Reimer takes the race win. Yeah, there's your results. A couple people with 3-second time penalties at the end of the race. There is the Drivers' Championship. We move up into P4. So pretty cool. Move up into P4, and obviously Joseph and Reimer are going to be duking it out for the title. We have to try to see if we can get close back up into Bard, but team standings now at this point through the race. Alpine are pretty clear. We slot P3, so keep this momentum going, and we will see what happens later on into this race, shall we? And that is going to do it for round number 7 of Rapid Race League here for Singapore. Obviously secured a P3. I'll take that much deserved result. Fairly happy with that one, but yeah, so we'll have to see what happens. Imola next week is a sprint weekend, and we also do have an engine penalty coming our way, so not ideal, but we'll have to see what happens. But anyways, I'm going to get this video edited so you guys can watch this on time. I apologize if this video is very late. Honestly, one thing I want to clarify before I end this, I do apologize that videos have not been coming out. I've just been super busy with some stuff outside of this, so I'm trying to get back on schedule, and definitely got a couple of videos I am planning to come out. But anyways, I'm gonna get this video edited for you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys